Hello, YouTube. I'm making one final video tonight because I'm getting tired, but I'm not tired enough to really go to sleep. But it's 3:18 in the morning, and I'm an insomniac. Sound like fucking intervention shit, didn't it? Sound like some intervention shit. Anyways, I'm actually starting to slightly hallucinate because I've been up for quite a few hours. And I don't know if you've ever been like up for a while, or like you're riding your bike at night and you see shit out of the corner of your eye, that kind of shit, and you feel like a little paranoid. Happens when you're insomniac. But it's okay, I don't particularly mind because I really enjoy studying the brain, aka psychonaut. But anyways, I gotta get to go to sleep soon, but I want to make this video about me rambling because I'm bored as shit. So basically, I've been gardening lately. I enjoy growing psychoactive plants. That's one of the things I enjoy doing. I don't even have to do them. I don't even have to use the psychoactive plants. I just enjoy growing them just because. I'm not saying I don't use them, but I do. If I couldn't use them, I'd still grow them, just because they're fun. I like plants. I really do. I like animals and plants and nature in general, because I'm a fucking hippie. That's why I got tie-dye fucking gauges, dude. Yeah, you can see that. I don't know. You can see it. Okay. Yeah, you can just tie-dye it. I'm gonna get a second one, by the way. Probably a third one. Probably fucking shit ton of fuck. Anyways, I gotta talk about my psychedelic compounds, because I'm a stoner, and I like psychedelic compounds. For example, thing number one, we're gonna talk about ketamine. So, we're not gonna talk about ketamine. We're gonna talk about benadryl, and why you should never ever fucking do benadryl. I've done benadryl about 7 times. I've taken an average of about 17 benadryl each time. That's my average. I've taken much more. I've taken, I'd probably say about 20, 21 is my average. 17 is probably the least ever. The least I've ever taken, I think, is 16. Sounds about right. It's awful. It's awful. It makes me sick just thinking. Like, it makes my stomach physically hurt just thinking. Like, essentially, okay. It doesn't really give you a real psychedelic experience. It makes you, essentially, okay, so it's an antihistamine. Now, an antihistamine is essentially going to suck all the water out of your body in a high enough dose. It's going to suck water out of your body, is what an antihistamine does. So, benadryl in normal doses, about 50 milligrams, 25 to 50 milligrams of benadryl is considered a normal dose for medicinal purposes. That's for sleeping and for allergies or allergic reactions. Antihistamine also makes you very tired. So if you go to the hospital with a severe allergic reaction, likely they'll give you benadryl, an injectable benadryl. And then you'll pass the fuck out, wake up, and leave. That's likely what will happen. If you get a bee sting, you're really allergic to bees, that's what they use benadryl for. Now at high enough doses, due to the fact that it's makes you sleepy, in high enough doses, it'll make you super sleep deprived. This is essentially what it'll do, because it'll make you so tired that you'll become sleep deprived and start to hallucinate, like you haven't slept in 4 fucking days. Okay? And also because it's an antihistamine, it's going to dry out your system. Another effect it has is it increases blood pressure and heart rate. Very mildly. But if you take about 20 of them, which is about an average dose to abuse, that's a little high. 18. That average dose to abuse. You're not going to be able to sleep because your blood pressure is so fucking high. And your heart rate. Your heart's racing. I'd say it's probably going at least 150 BPM, your heart rate. And your blood pressure is like 180 over 120. It's ridiculous how high your blood pressure, I think, is. I don't totally know because it's hard to remember on it. I could tell you more accurately if I could remember better. But that's my rough estimates right now. So you're really tired, yet you can't sleep. Okay? That's bad enough, okay? you're so tired to the fact where it's like you felt like you haven't slept in 4 whole days. Now, I don't know if anyone's ever stayed up for 4 whole days. You don't feel good at all. You feel awful. Like, I don't, like, you feel like you just got the shit beaten out of you. Like, worse. Like, if you've ever tried to pull an all-nighter, and then you get to, like, 8, 9 in the morning, you're like, fuck, why did I do this? It's like that, but, like, 10 times worse. And you can't sleep to save your life, okay? Because your blood pressure, and if you try to sleep, if you manage to fall asleep, which is likely to happen, you'll probably twitch and wake up. Due to this thing called akathisia. It causes this intense akathisia, and I'm not sure why akathisia occurs. I don't even know if scientists know why, but I especially don't know why, because I've never looked it up. But the best way I could describe it, and it's just as unpleasant as it sounds. It's horribly unpleasant. It's as unpleasant as it sounds. It feels like your limbs are going to explode if you don't move them. And it really, it's that unpleasant as much as, like, so literally you sit there and just, in your legs especially, it's even worse in your legs, or your eyelids. I've had it in my eyelids. It's awful. Okay? On top of being super fucking tired. And the akathisia wouldn't be so bad if you weren't so tired and so lazy. Like, if you could sit there and just walk around all day, akathisia is not bad. But the fact that you're so tired, you don't want to get up and walk around. Okay, that's also awful. Okay. Sorry, I'm tired. What else is bad is that it's an antihistamine, which, if you watch my last video about nutmeg, antihistamines are a type of diuretic. Nutmeg's a diuretic. Antihistamines are a very strong diuretic in general. They're going to draw water out of your body. So you're going to have to pee about every 10 minutes. That might every 15 minutes, which wouldn't be so bad if you weren't so tired. So yeah. Now, all this sounds bad. Okay, this is the effect that sounds the best on paper is quite possibly the worst in reality. It makes you hallucinate, and it makes you delusional. Now, most people see hallucinations and delusions and think, oh, they're gonna be like trippy and like fucking like LSD and like, oh, it's gonna be cool and stuff. No. It's like paranoid schizophrenic hallucinations and delusions. Yeah, like sleep deprived hallucinations and delusions, like being a paranoid schizophrenic, basically. It's awful. So fucking bad. You have no idea. And on top of that, because you're so tired, you tend to get really fuzzy on what happened. So, because I was so fuzzy on what happened, I did it like 6 times, not realizing how fucking awful it was. Then finally, the 7th time, I finally got enough common sense to just be like, don't do that again. It was awful. And I had a long-term twitch from it. I had a twitch from it for like 9 months. After I did it 6 times, stopped for 9 months, and then did it once after that. I had a twitch for like 9 months after the 6 times. And then I did it once, and I had a twitch for like a month after that, and it went away. But either way, I mean, the twitch could potentially, the twitch is called tardive dyskinesia, so it could potentially become permanent, which is no fun. Also, only the fact that it's like being fucking dragged to hell makes it awful. Now, if you're like, you know, a general guy that doesn't have access to a lot of meds and just wants to, you know, have some experience with hallucinations, honestly, if you want that, just get a bunch of coffee and just stay up for 4 days. And that's about what Benadryl will be like. But with that coffee, you can choose when you fall asleep. You can't really choose when you fall asleep with Benadryl. And you don't get some of those nasty-ass fucking side effects that you get from Benadryl. You have to pee every 15 seconds. You don't get this awful antihistamine effect. Like, literally, like, your body is so dry from water on Benadryl that, like, you can't, like, swallow, like, your saliva. Like, you don't have saliva. Like, if you try to eat something, like, you're not going to be able to. It's just going to be crumbs and powder in your mouth. Like, it'll be like the cinnamon challenge for every food you eat. It's horrible. Not only that, nothing tastes good. You get this extreme dysphoria that you're like, oh, everything just seems awful. It's terrible. I don't think I've ever met anyone who's done it that would be like, I like this. I know some people that were like, me at first was like, hey, this isn't bad, it's not good, but it's not like bad. And actually, hold on. But I didn't know anyone that was really like, I love this. Like, oh my god, it's amazing. No one likes it like that. And it's also really bad for you. It's really bad for your liver because you're taking a massive amount of an antihistamine. Basically, think if these meds do something at 25 milligrams and have like really have powerful effects to completely stop an allergic reaction or put someone to sleep, what are they going to do at like 20 times that dose? Like, let's be honest. Like, I mean, nothing you'd ever want to experience. Just in general. Also, because you're taking so much of a sleeping med, you're going to be sleeping the entire next day, and likely the day after that. Because you took an extremely large amount of sleeping. I know people say, like, drugs only last, like, they say, like, it's only supposed to last, like, 6 to 8 hours. No. Primary effects last 6 to 8 hours. You get these residual effects. Like, if you're in an LSD or pot, like, you know what I'm talking about. Like, the next, like, day after pot, you feel a little, like, tired-ish and a little... It's like that. But way stronger. So anyways, that's Benadryl in a nutshell. I just wouldn't do it. Like, they make me sick to my stomach. Like, I can't take Benadryl to fall fucking asleep now. Like, I would rather just stay awake all night. Like, I fucking hate Benadryl. Anyways, it's 3:30 in the fucking morning. I'm gonna be up at 1:30 tomorrow for court. 1:30 p.m. tomorrow for court for traffic tickets. Anyways, peace out, YouTube. Don't do Benadryl. I'll talk about DXM, because I thought Benadryl DXM was the most pharmaceuticals. Talk about that at a different time. Peace.